Radical.
Welcome to Flea Market Stories, documenting one man's journey into the world of flea marketing. May seem like I have a whole lot of energy, but it may seem like let's try it third time. May seem like I have a whole lot of energy, but I'm putting on a front. I'm very sleepy. I'm pretty exhausted. Just gonna crank this one out right before I go to bed. So the weekend at flea market, just to sum it up, basically, it was rainy and cold. Rainy Saturday, very cold, weirdly cold, like winter cold, even though we're in spring. Weirdly cold and windy as hell, man. Windy as hell, windy as fuck, man. Just I wasn't expecting it out of nowhere. I didn't bring my heavy jacket. I was not expecting that. Briefly though, in sales yesterday, weirdly, only 20 people I counted even went by the table. Only 20 people, man. But out of those 20 people, I got $125 effortlessly. I think what it is, when I'm one of the only ones there, there's no competition to get people's eyes away. That's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe the people that come out in the rain, they mean to actually buy some things. Well, a lot of people came out, at least earlier in the day, before the heavy winds kicked in, today earlier, but only sold like $35. This sucks, man. It sucks. One of the games was Terminator Salvation for 15, then the FIFA Soccer, and then I forget what else. But the day before, 125. It doesn't make any sense. On the rainy day, I actually did that. So yeah, not a great sales weekend. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like next weekend, I'll probably have a killer sales weekend. So I ain't going to stress it. It's just like a boomerang. It's back and forth, back and forth. And I do have a lot of stuff out there that I'm trying to sell, that I'm stubbornly trying to sell, like DVDs that are just kind of up and down. Oh, I got some nice stuff to sell. But part of it is I'm trying to actually put a lot of the half crap out there and hopefully move some of that. Hey, I moved a copy of Dodgeball with Ben Stiller for $3. And the girl, she actually said she's basically buying it ironically because it was a goofy movie, but she didn't need it. I didn't argue with her, but the logic was just flawed. She said she has 11 copies of Garden State. So whenever she goes somewhere and she finds Garden State, she buys one because it's one of those movies that's always turned in to thrift stores. I didn't understand the logic, but hey, if she wants to come by and buy a movie for whatever reason, anytime she comes by, I'm not going to tell her she can't. I'm not, even though it'd probably be in her best interest, and I just say like, hey, you need to cut back on the copies of Garden State, okay? You hoarding lady, you. No, I want to talk about 344. I think it was 344. Yep, I'm seeing here. What I'm going to read to you is a text I got from, his name starts with J, so we'll call him J. He's the moped guy. He's the guy that is a little bit slow. He's the guy whose, moped fell over one day, scratched a lady's car. Old J, right? So I was wondering, I was still up at this point. That's one of the reasons I'm tired. I'm still up at almost 4 a.m., cleaning discs, trying to get things prepared. At some point, I'll get on a better schedule, but I'm on the hustle. I'm on the grind, man. So I'm still up, and I'm wondering, who the fuck is texting me at 3 something? What is it now, 4? I was thinking, who the fuck is texting me at 4? It can't be. It may be just I got a notification when it's random stuff, or maybe it's like spam or some shit. But no, I look at this, and I told you it was 3:44. 3:44 a.m. Good morning, Rick. I don't know if I'll be able to get out to the flea market today. I want to let you know I have a TV that works just fine. Well, it's good. The TV works just fine. Okay. I'm thinking, when I'm reading this, you texted me at 3:44 to tell me your TV's working fine. What were you going to ask me to troubleshoot it at 3:44 in the morning, at night, whatever it is? Nothing wrong with it is a 50-inch. I'm asking. 250, there is no scratches on it. I bought a 65-inch to go in its place. I'm trying to sell my 50-inch to recoup some of my money. I love that he's using that kind of terminology. Like, he's not that quick, but occasionally he'll say one of those words like an investor or some kind of financier will say, I'm trying to recoup some of my money. Like you heard it somewhere, and he's like, oh, I'm going to start using that word, right? Recoup some of my money. It has operational remote and the stand that goes underneath it to hold it upright. Well, obviously, the stand that goes up. At first I was thinking, like, is there something different about a stand? Is it something that goes on the stand? But no, the stand that goes underneath to hold it upright, it was never put on the wall. I guess he means to say it has a stand. It's not on the wall. Because, if it didn't have the stand, he might want $225 for it. Right away, what's the problem here? Other than the fact that he's texting me at fucking 3:44 in the morning. Or at night. Whatever you call 3:44. $250 is his asking price for a 50-inch used TV. Now, maybe I don't know exactly what kind it is. I know he replaced it with a 65-inch, he told me, TCL, which is one of the cheaper TVs, but it's a steal because that TV looks gorgeous. If you ever get a chance, look at the TCL TVs. I think they look really good. Really good. So, he's wanting $250 for a used 50-inch TV. Now, it has an operational remote, but it is a smaller type TV by today's standards, 50-inch. Do you even blink when you see a 50-inch TV? Is that even still considered a big TV by today's standards? People rocking 75s and 85s. Is 50 really that big? $250. That is a big ask. A big ask for a used 50-inch TV. I see them go more in the range of like 100, if that, for a 50-inch used TV. But maybe if it's a nice TV, $150, but nowhere near $250. He's trying to recoup some of the money from the other TV. I understand that. And what I don't understand, though, is not the fact that he's texting me to ask me about, if maybe I want to buy, because I do have TVs there. I understand that. Or if I can maybe try to help sell it for him. Or maybe he might suggest something where, like, he brings over his TV, then he puts it up and I can demo some games on it and maybe do a combo and then we split the money, something like that, Although I don't think he can really carry it on his moped, so I guess whoever wants it would have to go to his house and get the TV, the old TV. But what's really wrong here is the fact that he's texting me at 3:44 in the night morning. Because I don't know what you call 3:44. Sorry for the train in the background. I don't know what you call 3:44. Is it late night? Is it early morning? It seems like I would say late night, like super late night. It's in that zone, that sleep zone, that deep sleep zone where most people are in their deep sleep around 3 to 4 o'clock. It's your quality sleep. Now, I'm not asleep. If I was asleep, and this motherfucker woke me up at 3:44, then I'd let him know something today. I'd let him know something. I might even yell. I'm like, what the fuck are you calling me at 3:44? I gotta get some rest for the flea market. Even though I was up. Maybe he's psychic and he knew I was up. Like, it's morning to him. It wasn't even morning. It was late night. To anyone out there that doesn't have to work at a news station, reading the news or some shit. To anybody, is 3:44 a morning? There's no way in hell 3:44 is considered a morning. 5:30, yeah, it's morning. But no, we are several hours away from any daylight. And I know you don't have to technically have daylight for it to be morning, but you need to be somewhere near daylight. But what is 3:44? 3:44 has to be, you can go around, talk to your families. You can go around and ask them all what they think would be the most annoying, the most fucking obnoxious time to text somebody, ever. It's not 8 a.m., it's not 9 a.m., it's not 10 p.m., it's not even midnight. I would say it's 3 fucking 44. I won't stop there. You might wonder, did I lean into him? Did I tear into him when I saw him? Because he stopped by today. He said he didn't know if he would get out to the flea market. He parks his moped to the right of me because that's actually kind of cool because it's nowhere near where it can fall over because it kind of blocks the spot from anyone else parking there. Although, somebody came by today in a truck and they asked me nice if they could park there. And I think they were possibly related to the table 2 tables down from me. And I said, that's fine. Because I didn't think he would be coming today, but he comes there in his moped between the 2 vehicles. I could have said something about that also to be like, okay, don't ever come between in any moped if you see any vehicle here. Don't ever come between 2 vehicles. I mean, that should have freaked me out when I thought about it because, with the problem with his kickstand and it falling over, now he needs space in case that thing falls over. But I heard that moped, beep, 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 beep. Oh, this motherfucker, he's here today, okay? And I thought first he'd say something about like, hey, well, who's parking here? Why's the truck in the spot? And I'm like, if somebody asks me nicely, then it is what it is. If you get here before someone else can park here, then yeah, I would prefer you be in that spot, but it doesn't really matter to me. He comes over, he starts talking to me about the TV, shows me a picture of the TV. And then I ask him, hey, so you texted me at 3:44, right? Were you aware you texted me at 3:44? And he starts to just kind of say he's sorry, like, because he probably wasn't thinking about it. To him, maybe it was 7 or 8 a.m. I don't know what's going on in his mind. But I don't lean into him. I just say, like, kindly just don't do that again. I tell him I wasn't asleep. Maybe at the last, I still don't want to feel bad because I started to sense that he was starting to feel really bad. I don't think he would cry or everything, but he was starting to feel really bad about it, texting me then. And he kept saying he was sorry. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I was not asleep. But it would have been bad if I would have been asleep because I couldn't get back to sleep. Put yourself in my position. I had to work the night before. I go to sleep. I try to go to sleep at 2 o'clock. Then you get woken up at 3:44. Then you're not getting back to sleep. Or if you are, you might oversleep and then miss a flea market. But he knows not to ever text me that late again. The craziest thing out of all this was, he said he's willing to negotiate. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's come down to 220, 225. That's negotiable. He said that price was negotiable. I'm like, I'm sure as hell. I'm thinking, I don't say it, but I'm like, I sure as hell hope it's negotiable. A used 50-inch TV for $250. And I forget if he texted me later or if he came back and told me. He might have come back and told me that there was actually a price increase. I forget when it happened. But here's what I said to him. I said, here's what you want to do before you sell that. You want to go into a store, like let's say a Walmart, and you want to go, maybe the one that he got the new 65-inch TV from. You want to look around and you want to see what the prices are on brand spanking new 50-inch TVs in the box. Because I asked him if he had the box. If you have the box, you can even make the argument, I just got it. But if you don't have the box, then people just see it as a used TV. It's a used item. It's not a rare item. It's not a used Nintendo GameCube or a used Xbox or something like that. Not a used PlayStation 2 that still has value even years after. That, they never get replaced because they're unique and they have unique games to them. No, it's a TV. The thing about TVs is, unless you're a vintage collector, people want the newest TV, the newest technologies, the newest resolution. I mean, what is this old TV? I don't even know if it's a 4K. He didn't even specify. Could have been a damn 1080p 50. I would have laughed as a 1080p 50 and not a 4K 50. But I didn't know. So I said, look around and price those televisions on the 50 inches. And you want to go lower than what you can get them at Walmart. Because what people are going to say is, well, hell, TVs are next to nothing nowadays. I mean, big screens, I can go into Walmart and get a big screen for like $400 or $500 new. A lot bigger than 50 inches. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they still low? I know prices of a lot of things have went up. Cheap soda pops that were $2 might now be $2.50. Or something that was $1 might be $1.48. But it seems like TVs, for some reason, are still kind of low relative to what they are. And that's a good thing. It's one of the things that you can get. You can get the big screen right now and not have to take out a loan. We live in great times when it comes to big screen TVs. People used to dream about getting a 65-inch TV. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we got that TV on sale for $350. Because what he says was he wants to recoup the money he made. And magically, at some point, the price jumped up from $250 to South Park reference incoming. Ooh, I gave him about $350. $350, woman. You give him that $350 for that damn TV? That's a used ass TV. That's a 50-inch TV. You can go to Walmart right now. That gives me flashbacks to when I did that for Metal Jesus. You gave Metal Jesus $350. I need $350. You gave Metal Jesus $350. Some of you might know about that. This is a fun upload from years back. But yeah, out of nowhere, it goes to $350. I'm like, stop the car, pump the brakes, hold the fucking phone. How do we get from $250 to $350? And then thinking maybe it was an error. Maybe he meant to hit the 3 when he was texting me. So a bad price turns into a horrifying price for a used 50-inch TV. But I just kind of smile and I go, well, just ask around. Ask around, tell people about it. I almost want to follow him around and get the reaction from people when he tells people, hey, I'm getting rid of my TV. Nothing wrong with it. No scratches. It's got the stand that's holding it up underneath it and everything. And this 50-inch TV and nothing wrong with it. No scratches. And I'm selling it for only $350. Understand? Here's how I know it's not even a newer TV. You know how I know? Which I don't agree with what they're doing with TVs now. They don't have the stand in the middle. I used to love the stand in the middle. Well, I know TVs get wider, I guess. So you need this. I guess it's more sturdy technically. But I loved how they used to have the stand in the middle. That way you could just mount it, put it wherever. You didn't need all the width. But it's an older 50-inch TV because it still has a stand in the middle. Another thing people are going to ask is it a smart TV? Is it a newer TV? What kind of features is it? What kind of brand is it? I forget if he even said like what kind of brand it was. I think it was I don't even know at this point. It could be a Samsung. But it's an older one. Might be a 1080p. Might be a dumb TV. But hell, I want to see him sell it. I do. I want to see somebody buy that TV for $350. And that would just be insane. I want to be proven wrong on this, but he is going to be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he sell this thing for damn $50. Well, Rick, I went down a little bit on the price, and I did say I would negotiate, and now I have $50. I would give him a thumbs up and say, hey, you know what? Maybe $25 more than what I would have paid. No, I'd give him 50 for it. I would give him 50 for it. But not no damn $350.